Well, good evening, guys. How you doing? I pressed the button that said intro and nothing happened. How about that? What a surprise. So, right to me. And I seem to be having some issues here. Uh, great. That's cool. I'm short circuiting, it looks like. Well, let's hope it settles down. If it doesn't, I will make some adjustments. So, how is everybody tonight? Good to see you. I was wondering if anybody was even out there tonight. Kind of got off to a really slow start. Um, but it is Thursday and it is dinner time, so it looks like I've got quite a video lag going on here too. So somebody in the chat, let me know if I've got a really bad lag. I can try a couple of things. I can take myself out, put myself back in, but it still looks like I'm having a pretty bad lag in the video. And now it looks like my stream is buffering. Somebody let me know what's going on out there. See if this thing is even doable like this. If you would, I'd appreciate it. Drone Shots, Jody, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. First in as usual, and Paul, Minnesota Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. And Tomas, hi, how are you? And Arizona Drone Dudes with us, Michael McReynolds, Four-Eyed Canine, easy for me to say, Four-Eyed Canine. Drone Shot says not too bad, still lagging. Okay, excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to bring Carlos in here and see if that helps. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy?
Good evening, sir. Yeah, it's going black screen, then coming back, and then lagging a little bit. Combination of all.
Oh, that's great. Well, hang on there. Entertain the people. I will be right back, okay? I'm going to go out for a second.
I will say hello to Mr. Jody Drone Shots, Michael McReynolds, Four-Eyed K9, Minnesota Paul. Who else is here? AZ Drone Dude, the Drone Dude, Tomas Ariel. What's up, guys? Hopefully everybody's good. I believe my quads or my drones are in the mail, so it's like waiting.
Yes, for they Amazon are. Okay, I think that's better. I think that's better now. Is that better? Yeah, I think I don't see as much of a delay. Yeah, good. Okay, thanks, Carlos.
Yep,
appreciate that.
Looks good.
There we go. Okay. So where's everybody seems to be lagging tonight, including me. Hey, Rick Halber's here. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you. Yeah, I sent a big box of quads back to you, and I hope that you get them on Saturday so we can actually let you do a nice unboxing.
I won't even open. Oh wait, maybe I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try. Hey, Rick Halber. I mentioned to Bob, might be talking about the Radio Master, but he's out flying, so we'll see if he gets back. Drone Bum is out working. I'm sorry, Drone Days. Drone Days. No, and then
okay.
And then also Drone Bum is still out working, but he'll try to join us in a little while.
Agent K is here. How you doing, my friend? Says Qx7 is going overtime. Aha, maybe that's what
it's possible.
Maybe that's why. Well, we can limp along for a while. I sent out a bunch of invitations. We'll see who shows up.
Weather cooling, not cooling off, but getting better as far as the wind calming down.
Yeah, it still a little breezy. I think that tomorrow morning they're predicting like 6-7 mile an hour winds most of the day. Nice. So if it isn't too cloudy and it doesn't rain, I'm really hopeful about getting out to fly in the morning.
Good.
Let me mute my phone here so it doesn't make noise. Okay.
Minnesota Paul had a good day other than cracking his lens.
Oh no, which lens did you crack?
Not good. Hello, Mr. Ricardo.
No, I went to the as you saw by the intro, I went to they opened the gym up.
Oh, that gym is
again at the
open.
park.
I thought that was
Yeah,
old
for
footage.
flying. No, that was
Gotcha.
that was new footage. They before COVID, about 3 or 4 weeks before COVID, we had primaries down here, and they used that gym as a polling place. So they stopped the flying. No sooner did they have the primaries that the COVID thing hit. So then they basically just closed it completely, and that was in March, February and March. So it's been 6, 7 months since we were actually allowed to fly in there.
Inside there.
Yeah, got word that this morning we were allowed to go, and I went and had a good old time flying a little Tinyhawk around.
Did
And
many people join you, or still a little shy of being around crowds? People in
oh
Florida?
no, there was 3 or 4 guys in there, and they made us wear masks
Oh, they did.
going in. And my first flight, I actually tried to fly with the stupid mask, but every time I breathed out, it fogged up inside my goggles.
Yeah. It's terrible with glasses. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
so then I saw one of the other guys without a mask, and I said, yeah, these masks are stupid. He says, oh, well, they told us it'd be all right once we're in the gym, but we didn't have to wear them. I said, off
Put
it
it as
went.
a
Yeah,
chin strap or something. Put it underneath
yeah.
in case somebody
Well, I
comes
was
in.
flying with it. I had to pull it down below my nose so that I wouldn't keep fogging everything up.
Yeah,
It was
no.
my first flight was kind of rough.
They do everything to not wear a mask.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hate it. I mean, I wear them in the I wear them in the store,
Right.
just so
Because they
people
won't let
don't
you
look
in.
at me sideways. Yeah, some stores they won't. Although I did tell you guys a story about my son and I actually wall straight into Home Depot. Weren't even thinking about it. Without the masks and everything, like the whole world was normal, and we got some funny looks, and it didn't even dawn on me until I got home and thought about it that we were the only 2 people in the entire store that weren't wearing masks. Chris, how you doing, buddy? Chris Hope is here. And Chris, you had emailed me that something about updating the firmware on your quad. I guess you were talking about the Tinyhawk Freestyle, and the firmware that comes with should work fine. But then you emailed me back that something wasn't working. So if you want to come on in here tonight and talk about it, we'll see if we can't figure out what it is or what problem you have.
What kind of issues? Wasn't able to fly, or he wanted to update?
He didn't say. He said some stuff isn't working.
Gotcha.
And I don't know to what he was referring.
Maybe unlocking the VTX, but he's done that before, he said.
Yeah, and I don't know of anything that would on that quad, because it's fairly new, and I'm sure it's got Betaflight 4 point something on it, and I can't see anything that's not working because the firmware needs to be updated. I think, what did he say? New bird can't find with, you can't bind to it. Okay, well, that's not going to be a firmware update. That's just going to be binding, and you're going to you probably either need to find the push button.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
he got a new bird.
Say?
He got a new bird with the old ready to fly controller. He's trying to hook one to the other. Is that what's happening here?
Or did he get I guess he's got the ready to fly controller. Is there no bind button on that thing? There must be.
No, it's for lack of a better term, proprietary to the one quad that it comes with.
No, that's impossible. Really?
I'm almost certain I can Google it and check, but I don't think you can bind the ready-to-fly controller with just any quad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you should be able to bind it to another Tinyhawk. There's got to be a bind button on it somewhere.
Just start and stop. Maybe you want to Google
I've never even had my hands.
I'm sorry, start. No, on and off. Yeah, I get one.
That's it.
On off and the switches. I'll get one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go and take a look at it. And I'm going to just, pardon me, guys, while I with my 2-finger typing skills. Take a look. EMAX Tinyhawk RTF controller binding. Let's see what it says. By holding down sub-tabs for throttle and pitch at the same time, you want to see how to bind EMAX E6 is it an E6 transmitter?
This guy, look, Mitch.
Is there a number on it?
Oh, jeez.
What I got here,
Not that I see.
I mean, this looks like the transmitter right here in this video over on the left.
Okay.
EMAX transmitter binding to the Tinyhawk S in detail. Here it is, E6, ready to fly transmitter, Army controls binding. Okay, so let's see what it says here. Oh, that's great. That page doesn't exist. You got the type ready to fly. Now I wonder if you can use the radio with a quad. Binding EMAX Tinyhawk transmitter. Here we go. Is that the transmitter?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So it says here, the short answer is yes. And this guy's going to show you, Brushel Swoop's going to show us what you have to do. The transmitter for the Tinyhawk uses the D8 protocol. That means you can use control with any D8 receiver. D8 is a protocol, blah, 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 blah. So long as the quadcopter is a D8 receiver. Okay, we know that. All right, what is D8? We know binding procedure. In order to bind your model to a transmitter, 2 steps involved: putting the model into the bind mode and putting the transmitter. Now that's got an SPX receiver, so he can actually put it into binding mode with Betaflight.
SPI, yeah.
Okay. The SPI with the CLI command bind_RX, or he could, the tougher route would be to find the bind button in the radio.
Right.
And
they're pressing the 2 trim buttons is the bind. Is that what they're saying here?
Well, let's see. Depending on the receiver, enable bind mode from the here it is. On the newest flies, you can enable bind mode from the Betaflight CLI. All other receivers have a bind button to press. Usually, okay. Putting the transmitter into bind. To put the Tinyhawk transmitter into bind mode, first press it on, and then press and hold both the throttle trim down and the pitch trim down buttons for about 2 seconds.
And we're going to hear the click. I'm going to have to put a battery in this and try this out.
Yeah, and then it says...
Where's Chris? Is Chris on? Chris, get on it.
Oh, yeah, here's Chris right here. Okay. All right. Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Okay.
It looks like he's in a car, though. Good evening, Chris.
I am driving, but I'm stopped at the moment.
Okay. Well, yeah. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to I'm going to
try it. See if I get the bind beep.
Get Betaflight. Chris, you're going to have to get Betaflight on your computer. Okay.
That's what I was afraid of.
And yeah, but that's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing at all.
No, it's just it's something that's going to have to do anyway. There's that was my question last night to you. Which version of Betaflight? There's several.
Oh, I would you would just want to get the latest version, 4.2.2. You get the Betaflight configurator is what you want. Okay.
Betaflight.
And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, after the stream, I will email you a link to the page. If you haven't found it, it's in GitHub. Or just Google Betaflight configurator and you go to the page with the downloads and download the latest version, 4.2.2, and install it on your compuper.
Chris, you could go really crazy. And other than Betaflight, you can just get another controller, like a brand new one.
Yeah.
I think,
well, he's still going to have to get Betaflight.
No. I'm just
throw
saying
his receiver into binding mode.
As far as not having to worry about this, and then the other thing is,
but he can.
I think Rick Halbert mentioned that he had an extra.
Yeah, Rick's got a controller. I'm gonna holler.
Yeah, but you're going to still have the same issues. You're still going to have to. You're still going to have to. Getting the transmitter into bind mode is going to be the easy part.
Right.
The hard part is going to be getting the receiver in binding mode, and that's where you'll need Betaflight, and you'll need to type a command or two.
Well, the directions you've got pulled up on that web page, I did all that last night, and it never worked.
Yeah, but you didn't have Betaflight, right?
No.
Yeah,
Did you get a
can't bind
flashing
without.
button when you were binding by any chance? Was
Yeah,
it flashing?
I got a green and red. Sure did.
Yeah. Okay. So you were in bind. You were in the bind mode,
Just
I
never
learned
but
something
until
today.
you put the receiver in bind mode, okay, nothing's going to happen.
How did you do?
And the
Oh, no,
only
you
way
didn't
to
do
get the receiver into bind mode is going to be from the CLI in Betaflight, typing the command RX underscore bind or bind underscore RX, one or the other.
it. Can I add to that, Mitch?
Go ahead.
And I think Chris Hope probably could talk to Paul better. But Paul showed me a trick, and you could, I don't know if you have your little Tinyhawk, but he pressed near the where the battery, I'll call it battery straps go. He pressed right in there, and it clicked. You can hear the bind button click.
Yes.
You did it too?
Well, if you can find
You found that also,
the
Chris?
bind button,
Without having to
I
get in
found
there,
it.
you can actually just
I found
click
the bind
it.
button on the Tinyhawk. That's easy. It's even got bind wrote underneath it.
okay, well, what you do then is you hold that button down, and that while you're plugging the battery in.
Well, in those directions there that you got, Mitch, it says power the Tinyhawk on, then push the bind button, let the light turn solid, and then go through the
Well, that
controller
may be
part.
true. That's not the normal. That's not the normal
No, they
way you
did-
bind.
they've
This is not
changed
a
it
normal
recently.
receiver. Did
Where
they?
you
I
can
did
plug
myself.
in some of them you can plug the battery in and then press the button in, but usually it's press the button in
Button
and you
while
need like
yeah,
a third hand and plug it in. It's
and
tricky.
then
I'll
you
put-
did that. You did that while the transmitter was blinking red and green,
Yes.
and it
You
did
hold
not
it-
connect.
Well, it acted like it connects because when you give the input on the stick, the red light would do funny things, like it was talking to it. But I couldn't arm the motors. It wouldn't do nothing else.
Yeah.
Betaflight, like Mitch said, you might have to get in there and check.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's why it was my question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't understand what your question was. So we can, you can
Good to know.
try to figure out how to do it, or we can do it Sunday night or do it when you're at a computer. Are you on the way home now?
No, I'm headed to. I'm in the Panhandle, Texas right now. I'm headed to Colorado for the weekend.
Oh, so if we wait till Sunday, it won't be that big a deal, huh?
It'll probably be Monday, Mitch. It may be next Thursday before I get.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I will say this, Chris, if you get a new controller, you'll fly better. You'll fly
can
like
see
Paul. You'll fly like Paul. Look what Paul did with this, and then he switched to the other controller, and he's like Nurk Jr.
hey, everybody. Welcome Mike Kelly to the stream. Hey, Mike.
He looks more like a
Hello,
Barbie.
Mike Kelly.
Hey,
What's up,
what's
Mike?
going
How are you?
Chris
How you
Hope,
doing, my friend?
Good, good. Chris Hope, I feel your pain, buddy. I just went through a whole thing trying to get my Tinyhawk combined up to, I stepped up my game.
Hey.
What do you get?
Oh, good.
Look at
Oh,
you.
nice.
And did you get it?
Yep,
And did you use Betaflight to
Yes, I did.
and the find RX command?
I
Okay.
used Betaflight. I actually found a guy on YouTube. His name is Tahoe Steve, and he does a super duper detailed instructions on how to set that Radio Master up perfectly. I mean, it's an excellent series that he does. He's got a whole bunch of videos on there, but I've just followed him. I looked around and found all kinds of stuff, and nothing was working. I couldn't get it to work right. And he actually takes you into Betaflight and shows you how to set up the radio in Betaflight and all that stuff as well. So, yeah.
Did you download the OpenTX companion as well?
No, I didn't do that.
See, there's some software called OpenTX Companion, and in fact, that would be a great topic for Sunday night's show. It would be for me to go into that OpenTX Companion, because what that does is it allows you to create models on your radio, back up everything, back up all the models you've created on your radio, update the firmware on your transmitter, simulate things if you have complex setups. It's really pretty neat. The best use of it, however, is to if you get a different radio and you want to move all your models over to a different radio, you can do it through the OpenTX Companion software. I just so happens that I have this.
Hey, same radio.
There you go.
I just got
And
mine yesterday in the mail.
and I got mine 2 days ago. And what I did, I'll show you, is I upgraded it to the latest version of OpenTX, so it doesn't have any of that jumper splash screen or anything on it. It's now got a completely vanilla version of OpenTX.
It's not
And
touch
then I
screen
went
yet.
ahead. What's that?
Not touch screen yet.
No,
I don't
that
think
won't
they've
be
done that
until
update, have they?
No, that won't be until what version are we on now? I guess between Betaflight
3.9.
2.3, yeah, 2.4. Hey, we're going along on a trip with Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna move now, so y'all listen.
Okay. Chris, if your wind noise gets annoying, I'm just going to mute you. So when you want to say something, just wave at us, okay?
That's fine. Just let me know, Mitch, and I can get out whenever you need me to. You answered my question.
No, stick around. We enjoy riding over Texas with you.
All
We
right.
like driving with Santa Claus during the summer.
Yeah.
Well, when I go off the cap rock here in a little bit, I'll turn my phone up where everybody can see it because it's kind of a different deal.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Rick Halber asks, will it help the jumper controller? Actually, Rick, I my philosophy almost is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If changing the firmware on a radio transmitter can be a pretty tricky thing because it also requires that you download a complete new set of contents for the SD card. You've got the multi-protocol module firmware to deal with. You got to learn how to use OpenTX Companion, and do all that. And you might gain a few new features which you'll never use. But if you don't have a radio with a bunch of models on it and you're flying the hell out of it, I wouldn't even begin to. I wouldn't. My jumper T16 still, I believe, has a version of OpenTX that I flashed back when I first got it. It's probably 2.2.3, and it works fine. I'm not going to upgrade that because everything is doing everything I need it to do.
It works.
But on this new Radio Master, I figure since it's a new radio and it comes with a Radio Master version of OpenTX, that I wanted to get just the newest standard, start out before I started moving models to it and everything with the latest and greatest. Now I will upgrade it to 2.4 when that comes out because that will support the touchscreen. But man, it's a beautiful radio, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah. I finally got it all set up today, and I finally flew it. I was having issues when I would turn on the arm that it wouldn't do anything, and then when I turned on my mode, it would arm the quad, arm the Tinyhawk, and I was like, what the heck is going? No, it wasn't switched around. I hadn't got it set up correctly. And this guy, Tahoe Steve, showed to go in and when you set up like channel 6 to do the copy and make the next one down and the next one down, so you have your different levels in there, and then go into Betaflight and set it all up so it all works. So it was a great video thing, man. It was really good.
It's good. There's another guy who does RC Video Reviews is his channel name. He has a whole series on the T16, which TX16, which is, they couldn't have made it any more confusing with these numbers. Jumper T16, Radio Master TX16S, the new jumper T18. Yes.
Quick hello to Mr. Pete Nunez, who joined you. Copper State Aerial Photography, and Thomas Ariel said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
That's okay.
I watched the video. Yeah, Thomas wrote something. Yeah.
Pete was at the gym with me this morning flying.
He says get a new SD card than the one that comes with the card, with the controller, I guess. Something comes in there.
Yeah, the one that comes in there works, but it only has to be like a 1 gigabyte SD card in a radio trip. 1 gig would be 10 times too much more than you need. They give it to you with I don't know how big it is, but it's in megabytes, and I'm sure it's not the highest quality SD card. And those SD cards are important because without that SD card working perfectly, the radio's not going to work. So
Right.
I would get. It doesn't have to be a class 3. It doesn't have to be a high speed card. It doesn't have to be an expensive card. Amazon sells these 8 gigabyte SanDisks for like $5, $6.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have in my. I got for my jumper. I didn't order a bunch of them because I don't have any use for them other than that. But I am going to order another one for the Radio Master.
Mr. Above and Beyond Drone. Above and Beyond joined us. Right?
Jim. Hey, Jim, how are you? Good to see you. Who else did I miss? Anybody?
That's it.
Michael Blade is here. Hi, Michael.
Did I miss
him? Yeah, you missed him.
I must be
Good
behind.
to see you.
Impossible.
Yeah. So what I did, and I'll see if I can show you this.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Let me go over to this, assuming it's working. There we go. And zoom in a little bit. It's a heavy radio. It's a beefy radio. I opted for the nice blue color. What color did you opt for? The red? Most people like the red.
Yeah, that's what I have on my screen. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. There's ways to change it. You can also change the splash screen. But look at the. I want you to see this. Model select.
Oh.
All my models. I copied all my models from my Jumper T16 in there, and they actually the ones that use the external modules, either the R9 or the Crossfire, I don't even have to rebind because the module's already bound to the receivers. So when you move the module to a different radio, the bindings go with it. But if I want to use the D8 and D16 Free Skies, then I would have to rebind it. So I decided that when I fly the D8 stuff, the Free Sky stuff, I'll use this radio, and I mean the other radio, and when I use until I get tired of taking 2 radios to the field. But
Mitch, how does it feel in your hand compared to the QX7? Same. The throw, the thumbs, and all that.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Let me welcome Jim Above and Beyond Drones to the stream. How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys.
How you doing? Well, I'm not a thumber. I'm a pincher.
A pincher.
A pincher, yes. And what I do is
like a disease.
Yeah. You find that that most of the old RC guys that started out flying RC way back in the day will.
Well, you kind of had to because you didn't have that. What do you call that spring back on your sticks?
Oh yeah, they always had springs. They always had spring gimbals. I think. Jim, lost your sound, buddy. Your microphone is killing you again.
You know,
so Mitch, you like those extra long sticks, then, don't you?
Oh, we lost Chris Hope. Yeah. But the thing.
Do you add something to make your sticks taller? Mitch? Or longer, whatever you want to call it.
Not really. These sticks that came with these sticks don't have a nut down on the bottom to tighten up against it if you make it taller. I don't think. I think they're just
screw right in the middle of it, isn't there?
I don't see one. No, these are not sticks. Most people buy the aftermarket sticks, right. But these are fine. These are just about what I like. Now, the one difference that I noticed is that the Radio Master's got this grip kind of thing on the back, which makes when you grab it in your hands, it makes it feel like it's a much heftier radio. But this is how I fly, just like this, and I have one finger up here for the arm, and that's always near the arm, and I can get to all the other switches with these fingers. and I'm always using a neck strap, which I'm not using right now. But on the back here, I can wrap my little finger would wrap around that little ridge that they have that the T16 doesn't have. The T16 has a much flatter thing. So the T16 feels like a much thinner radio in my hand, even though it's pretty much the same radio. If you except that the Radio Master has this big thing on the back here, which I imagine if you didn't like it, you could probably get rid of it.
Mike wrote he uses Loyus. Am I reading it right? Loyus stick ends on his. He has the same radio, by the way.
Oh, Mike Night Train, how you doing? Loyus stick ends. No, I've never bought any aftermarket sticks for these things. They feel pretty good. I don't want the sticks too tall because then I really have to move my hands that much further to get full travel. If the higher the stick, the more you and
that's true.
Yeah, so you have to find a good combination of goes back.
Thomas Ariel posted a warning, and Mr. Joe Baylock just joined us.
I'm going to mute Chris's mic because of the wind noise.
Thomas said, what did he say? All right, lads, just be careful with the switch. My SC switch broke very easily. I had to buy a whole new module, so be careful.
You talking about on the Radio Master?
I'm assuming. And Bob Casey just joined us. What's up, Bob?
Oh, hey, Bob. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, they let me turn off this. There it is. Anyway, it's very, in a lot of respects, it's very similar to the jumper. I don't know. There's one thing that I do like better about the Radio Master is that it's got an all metal jog wheel, whereas the jog wheel on the jumper radios, the TX16, are plastic. Although the click feels about the same. There's a little difference in the layouts of the buttons. That on the Radio Master, the return button or the back button is here. On the jumper, the return button is over here. This is the return button, and on the Radio Master, that's the model button, which this button is. So when I was moving models around, I was really getting confused because I was going back and forth one radio to the other. So I imagine what it's like the other day when we were talking and I hadn't touched my Qx7 for a long time. I almost forgot how to get to the model list in the stupid thing. They're all just subtly different. So
they look identical though, the shells. Almost.
Well, they are and they are. If you look at this little jog right here, and the shape of the foot on the bottom is the same. The screen cutout, where the handle is, and the looks of the two different power switches.
Even the two buttons in between,
are
jumper on top, Radio Master on top. Those two buttons are
these buttons, similar. Yeah, these buttons are a little different. These things have a little fancy shape to them as opposed to these, but it's got the same.
The same two on top there. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. It's so close,
same
but
molds.
There's a big difference in the back. In the back, the battery bay in the Radio Master is a good half-inch bigger than wider than the battery bay in the jumper. So you can put bigger battery. Yeah. Allows for bigger batteries. Another major difference that I really like is that the Radio Master comes with a built-in battery charger, and on the bottom of the radio, right under here, it's got the SD card slot. It's got some serial.
You have to go a little higher.
Out. It's got some UARTs out that you can right here. And it's got a USB-C connector and the SD card slot on the bottom under this rubber piece.
USB-C for what?
for charging.
Gotcha.
And then on the top of the radio, it's got a USB-C port and a trainer plug cord. And that USB-C port on the top is for connecting it to the computer. So this thing has got a built-in charger, whereas the T16 does not, and the T18 does not. So what happened to Mike? Did I lose Mike Kelly?
Bit.
Oh, there you are. What
There he
happened,
is.
Mike? I lost you.
No,
for a minute.
I clicked the button trying to get the comments to come up, and I clicked out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Been there, done
Sorry
that.
about that.
so either one of these radios and the T18 are great radios. The difference is this one was $160, the jumper when I got it. The Radio Master is $140 with the Hall effect gimbals.
Yep.
And they both have the Hall effect gimbal. So and if you tried to buy something comparable in a Spectrum or Futaba, it'd be between $500 to $1,000.
So
Go back.
where'd you order it from there, Mitch? Where'd you get it from?
I got it from Banggood.
And you got it in a week?
No. I didn't get the
Oh.
jumper. It took 3 weeks. It
The
took 3
TX
weeks and I got it.
16S?
Yeah, the Radio Master took me
Mitch
3
has
weeks.
connections with Banggood. He used to sell them cigars
No,
in the past.
I got lucky. It got here pretty quick, and it comes in a really nice.
Yeah, it does.
That's a hell of a price difference.
I bought
What's
mine
that?
from Rotor Logic for $149,
Yeah.
and I got it in a week. They're in California.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, yeah, and Banggood had them.
$149.
I ended up with shipping and everything, getting it for about $135
Yeah.
because they had a coupon on it too. On top of
Had a
everything else, they
coupon?
had a coupon, yeah, 15% off or something
Right.
like that, or whatever it was. At any rate, I took advantage of it, and I've always had good luck with Banggood. They do give you this big foam case.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll use it, but it's really pretty well made. It's pretty rugged foam.
No handle,
Did it
right?
come with a lanyard?
No,
No. See,
No.
I saw a guy that opened one up, and he had a lanyard in his and all that kind of stuff. I got all the decals and all that, and that
yeah,
little
I got the
keychain.
decals.
You know, and you
Yeah.
get the little keychain and all that, but his
Got
had a
the stupid
lanyard from
keychain, yeah.
Radio Master, so I was hoping
Wow.
to get that, but I didn't get that. So
Oh, Chris, I gotta mute you, buddy, because of the wind noise. But we're watching you. Okay. Oops.
You look cool. You look cool.
Yeah, just whenever you want to talk, just wave at me or something, and I'll unmute you.
Is he on his way to Colorado? Is that what I heard?
I don't know. I'll ask him. Chris, are
Chris.
you on your way to Colorado now? I can hear you.
Are you going to Colorado now?
Yeah, I'm going to spin up. Or
You are
spin
going
down.
to spin up or spin down, whatever. Got it.
Oh, great. Well, that's cool.
I'm going to spend the night in Amarillo. I'm not going to drive all the way in today.
Cool. Good deal.
Mike got a keychain with his.
I got a
Radio Master.
keychain too. I got a keychain here. Man, it's. I don't know if I have any use for it, but
exactly.
but I mean it's kind of adorable. It would be nice if you could actually fly a little an airplane with it. Isn't that cute?
Oh, it's a mini controller.
Yeah, little Radio Master controller. It's got a big key ring on the back and everything.
When you get to 5,000 subscribers, that'll be the giveaway. Keychain.
Yeah, I should live that long. It's kind of cool. It even says OpenTX on it. But, it's adorable.
Chris is on the way. Everybody's telling you to be safe out there, Chris. Just so you know. I know you can't read the chat.
Maybe that's why we have we don't have a big turnout tonight. Is everybody's on their way to Denver or something.
I think we usually have more on the weekends than weekdays.
Yeah, but I usually have 20, 25. I got 16 people in here now. So it's Mike Night Train says he got a keychain.
Yeah.
As far as who said he broke his Tomas said he broke the switch.
Yeah, he said he might have had a bad one, the SC switch.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, the switches on all of these radios are exactly, they're just about all the same switches. They're all probably made by the same company. And the problem with these switches is if you can bang them, and you don't have to bang them very hard to break them.
That's what she said.
The good news, yeah, the good news is they're very easy to replace, and they're not that expensive. So, you'll find that most of the Get FPV and Race Day Quads and all those guys carry all the switches.
Agent K was waiting for that quick quip that we put in there. That's what she said.
Yeah. So what are you up to, Jim? How you doing?
I got this, whatchamacallit, from Best Buy, that's final day sale. And I'm still looking at monitors, so I'm lost in all. I was stunned at the monitor brightness quality when I was looking up the specs. My Sony Bravia only has 550 Candelera. This one here is only 314. There's
Really?
no uniformity in these 4K UHD TVs. I don't understand that.
Are you looking for another TV, or are you looking for like a real dedicated computer monitor?
A real monitor this time.
Well, you can spend anywhere from $100 to $1,500, you know, depending on
That
what.
VESA, VESA, they have
Yeah.
their certifications. You can go HDR display 100, 400, 600, or 1,000. And let me tell you something, you can spend some money on a good display.
And then you got this double wide. You got those new big double and triple wide curved displays that cost a fortune.
I just want to do it for color accurate editing. That's all.
Well,
And then 6 months down the road, it's all outdated.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true of everything we buy. It's like the Intel chip, the new i9. Well, the next one is months down the road. And then NVIDIA came out with their new video cards, the 3000 series. And that's all you see all over YouTube is reviews on the 3000, the 3080. Nobody can get them. You can't get them anywhere. In fact, I think the entire stock or first production run was
Sold out.
sent to nothing but reviewers on YouTube, because they all seem to have them, but nobody else can get them. They got guys on eBay who bought them, the ones that were available, that scalpers, they bought them all up. And there you see a $700 video card, and I'm sure that this is the guys are trolling these scalpers. So
Right.
you'll see where they bid it up to like $50,000.
Oh, okay. That's why they're trolling
And
it. Keep
and
it
then
up.
they don't, yeah, and then they don't buy it. When it comes time to pay, they
That's
just don't pay. There's no law on eBay that says you have to pay when you buy something. When you win a bid on eBay, you don't have to. They just, if you do it too much, they'll delete your account, but they can't legally force you to pay. What was that?
Night Train Road 27-inch. Night Train Road 27-inch, 2.7K, ROG 160.
ROG is that Republic of Games, 165 hertz or frames per
Oh,
second.
wow. And what brand,
Asus.
Mike?
Asus.
Oh, Asus. Yeah,
Asus,
probably makes some decent stuff. But is that going to be a reference monitor that you can calibrate for color accuracy?
No.
Yeah, problem is they need to be calibrated all the time. And the problem with calibrating these monitors is you have two sets of settings that control the color in these monitors. You have the settings in the monitor, you know, brightness, contrast, tint, saturation, hue, all that stuff. And then you have the settings on your video card. So no matter what your monitor's set at, you can screw the whole mess up by changing some setting on your video card.
That's the secret.
Drivers.
You got to let your monitor calibrator change the video card to the Kalman preferences.
Yes, and you have to have, what are they called, spiders? You have to have one of those Yeah, and how much are they? 200, 300 bucks?
I saw it's 170, and you can go up from there. But that Spider X was 159.90. To
Which
Hey, Jim, are you that into photography? Just a question.
you know, these Mavic 2 Pros and these other cameras I have, they all do 10-bit videography and HDR and all that. Well, I want to see it. I'm
Gotcha.
paying for it. We bought it. Let's see it.
Want to put it
Yeah,
to
well,
use.
not only that, but you do some commercial work. You want your colors to be accurate, but you're more interested in video color. You're
Right.
color grading videos, but still color grading, and the monitor would still be calibrated the same, whether it's videos or stills. I would imagine.
There's something called Pantone calibration for photographs and then Kalman calibration for video.
Video. Well, Pantone was a standard color set used by the printing industry.
Well, you don't want to talk printing. Oh my God.
Yeah, and back when they didn't, back in the day when they had to have different plates and ink them up, the inks were all supposedly, I guess, calibrated to the Pantone system. You still see it when you look at the different color modes in Photoshop or Premiere, any of those things. If you do the drop downs, and you'll find a lot of times that there'll be a Pantone, not a codec, but a color set. It's not used very often in anything that I do. Oh, Ron Lockwood's here. Are you sharing something, Jim?
Yeah, that's just the display HDR specs that
Oh,
I
okay.
was looking at. And I don't know, boy, that's terrible, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of washed out.
But that's how they have the screen. It's just that light. And you see that display HDR 500. That's what made me start looking like, what are my monitors? What is my 4K TV putting out? Well, mine's only putting out 550. So if I color to that, if Mitch has an HDR 1000 at his house, are my colors going to look like crap?
Well, you can't, Jim, anticipate or make your thing look the same on everybody's TV, because everybody's TV, most of them are not going to be calibrated. Not only that, but they have presets on them, movie, game, PC, that changes the whole look of them.
Yep.
So the best you can do is do it to whatever standard they tell you is the standard, and then everybody's on their own when it comes to how it looks on their device. It's kind of like designing web pages that have to be viewed on 10,000 different kinds of devices, right, and size screens and aspect ratios and all that other crap, and with 5 different browsers that all format things just slightly differently.
Rick Halber says he did that for work, somewhat with Heidelberg. Are you familiar with Heidelberg?
Isn't that the guy in Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
just kidding.
At the
that's Heisenberg.
No, I know. Yeah. Real quick, Ron Lockwood, Drone Bum joined us, and Drone Bum says you have to start all over because he just got here. Anyway, and just another quickie thing is Drone Bum has acquired the FXT goggles, and he's loving them. He's flying with them.
All right. Well, Paulie, just for you.
There you go, Paul.
I missed this in the beginning. I'm going to run it now. And it's stuck. Okay. And there's the monkey, and here's me. We're having a great time with OBS tonight.
You're stuck.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. So I will be right back, guys. Oh, my computer is really screwed up. Can you hear me?
It's flickering.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, I see it's flickering. I see it's there. There we go. Okay, is that better now? There we are. Wow. Strange. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There, I'm back. Okay. Am I somewhat synchronized? Yeah, it looks okay.
Seem to be okay.
All right. I ain't touching any buttons anymore. We're just going to.
That's what I had to quit doing. Every time I do, I disappear.
Now, something's.
I used to do that. Throw myself out.
Rick says
Something
he
is
worked with
screwy.
Heidelberg for
What does this
35
button
years.
do right here? Click, poof, gone.
Heidelberg makes printing presses.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Heidelberg, probably I guess one of the best known like big time industry standards. When somebody says they worked on Heidelbergs, it meant they were serious about printing. Worked with
That business
Heidelberg,
is
yeah.
disappearing, the printing industry.
Hey,
pretty
Joe
much-
Blaylock's here. How you doing, Joe?
Yep. Joe, Ron Lockwood, Joan Baum, they all joined.
Yeah. We got a few people starting to come
And
in.
Brent,
I
Brent
really.
Ariels. I don't know if he was here before.
Oh,
Brent
Gary.
Ariels.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Yeah, I really didn't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. I've been busy this week working on a lot of my I do a lot of graphics work and a lot of website work. Well, with all this COVID stuff, and my daughter's clients are mostly county governments. They all need printed material design. They need their websites updated with pages that talk about their programs to give away money. So that's it's been keep me pretty busy. It was fun to get out and fly this morning at the gym.
Do you have any
enjoyed that.
footage? Anything decent worthy of?
Yeah.
Now that I mention it.
Yeah,
Maybe
now
I'll
that you
find
mention
something.
it, let's see if we
I know
can
you're
actually.
a little bit shy about showing your footage, but I'll talk.
No, yeah, right. Anyway, no, this was I think my first flight. Remember, I hadn't flown in the. I think I bounced off the floor. I hadn't flown in the gym in a while, but
go through the rafters.
no, not those rafters up there are not something I want to get involved. They're pretty heavy duty, but I flew behind the goalposts up there, but. I did it all in acro mode, and it took me a second to get used to it again after I hadn't been flying indoors for quite a while. But this is all acro mode, and it's nothing real fancy. I did a couple of rolls and bounced off the floor
you
a
go
couple
through
times.
the basketball things like you did last time.
How many guys
Yeah,
did showed up, Mitch?
Four guys I think were there this morning. And they had some funny stuff. I did fly behind the hoops. See, I was kind of like racetrack racing around there. I think I flew behind this one. Yeah,
Left turn, another left turn.
Yeah, and then I decided, well, that's what happens. You get into these left turns. There's another little something or other flying around. There's a right turn for you.
Mr. Baduga FPV just joined us.
Hey,
good evening, Luis.
How you doing? Good to see you. But this was kind of fun. Oops,
Boink.
Bounced off the floor.
I do that a lot. That and ceilings. Doink.
Yeah, everybody
Doink.
does. Right?
Doink. By the
Well,
way,
it's
Mitch.
Yes.
By the way, Mitch, you did a video about recalibrating the accelerometer. That helped
Yeah.
my Tinyhawk 2 indoor flying immensely.
Oh,
it was
well,
just
yeah.
sliding off to the right and left. I couldn't control it worth crap.
Good.
And
I'm glad.
just happened to look around and I found your video and I recalibrated on Betaflight. And now it in stable mode, I can sit there and hover almost dead center.
You brought the levels down.
No, I didn't really mess in Betaflight. All I did was recalibrate the accelerometer. Went on and just hooked up to Betaflight and then clicked on recalibrate. And it automatically recalibrates the accelerometer. You have to make sure it's level, though, like Mitch was saying. And I like this idea.
The old coffee cup. The old coffee
put a
cup
coffee
trick.
cup and then put a level on it. Make sure it was all leveled and set the drone inside the coffee cup or on the top.
What I do is I think it might have been this coffee cup. It's green, so it looks transparent. But you set it on a table. You put a level across it this way, and then shim the bottom up with a little piece of paper or something, whatever it takes to make the top perfectly level. You plug the quad in and you just set it on top of the cup and click calibrate, and it calibrates it perfecly level.
And that made a big difference. I have a video up that actually shows the difference. So that was my first video on the whole thing. So
TDR Drones just joined us. Hello, TDR.
Hey, TDR.
What's his name? Somebody said hello. His name. I don't know his name. I'm sorry.
Well,
Brian
is Lewis.
Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
And did I say Bob Casey was here?
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
Okay.
And Ron Lockwood. And good. Well, we got a few people in here. This was my This was my second flight here, where I was starting to feel my oats a little bit. So I started ripping around a
Man,
little
look at all
faster.
those rafters up there you could have flew through, even slow. Come on, Mitch, next time. Looking forward to it.
Whoa.
Whoops.
Mitch, will XM Plus work right out of the box with the Taranis Qx7?
Yes. D16.
Yeah, yes and no.
Uh-oh.
You have to. You really any XM any free sky radio receiver that you buy, you should flash with the newest firmware when you get it, because the firmware that they come with does not output the RSSI to a channel. You have to reflash it. That's a pain in the neck, because in order to flash firmware, I've been through that. You have to solder wires to it and plug it into the 3 of the plugs that come out of the external JR bay on your radio. It's not very friendly.
Those
And
pins is what you're talking about, the
Yeah.
JR back? Yeah.
those pins, yeah. There was a roll that didn't. You see that, Carlos? A roll I didn't even.
I want to
crash.
see you fly through stuff. Oh, Jim,
well, I'm
if
flying.
I come to Florida and visit Mitch, you're going to hang out with us?
Yeah.
I get to meet you.
Yeah, of course. We'll have a flying. I was ripping around pretty good in there, and again, this
going straight. You're
this
good.
wasn't in stabilized mode. This was in acro mode here. So
You're done good.
it's a lot more difficult to fly indoors in acro mode than it is.
Carlos
in
said
stabilized
you
mode.
did great flying straight.
You caught that?
Yeah,
I caught that.
I never did hit one of those basketball hoop things. Look at that. I actually managed to get a few rolls in there.
See, I would have tried to score a basket.
Something, yeah. Get creative.
Oh, that would, yeah, right. One of the guys one day actually flew one of his little foamy things right into the basket, and it got stuck in there.
Yeah, that would stink.
Get stuck
But you
in
got to
trees
be
all the
careful,
time.
because one of the reasons I don't want to fly up in those rafters is there's been a couple of guys that actually got their stuff stuck up there.
Not a drone,
and they
though.
couldn't. You could get a drone stuck up there very easily, because
You think
they're
so?
very, they're very. There I am with my mask on, and God. Anyway, that was a little bit of fly in there.
Trying to look for a drone bum flight. Let's see. Is this a drone bum flight? Nope.
Oh, you got some video for us?
Yeah, well, I'm going to look for one. While we were there, we actually were serenaded. There was a guy playing the bagpipe while we were flying the last time.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually.
Drone shots with the jumper T16 Pro. Just have to switch 2 wires with the plug they give you. I don't know, must be answering somebody's question.
He's talking about the XM Plus, maybe?
Joe Bullock, flash the QX7 with Betaflight? No. The QX7 uses OpenTX. And to flash the receivers, you have to hook them up to something. And the thing that we hook them up to is, I'll show you. Underneath
to flash.
To flash the receiver. So, on that, you'd asked about the XM Plus. In the JR bay, I don't know if you'd be able to see. Let me see if I can wiggle
right
it so
there.
you can see it here. Anyway, there's 5 wires coming out right here that plug into the back of the module. The bottom 3 of these wires are I had my, the radio I sent you, Carlos, has got them labeled. But it's,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but
I
it's
saw
5 volts, ground, and signal in the middle. I think.
Mitch, we
or
have
the
a
other way
question
around.
for
Now,
you.
I'm answering the last question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were.
Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to take like a servo plug, the kind of plugs that come on servos, and you have to solder those things to your receiver, and then you plug it into the 3 appropriate pins that come out of the external module bay. In your transmitter, your model setting, you have to make sure that you have an external radio selected. Doesn't matter what, but something has to say it's an external module, so you'll get the 5 volts of power to that plug. Then you go into your SD card contents, have your firmware that you want to flash on your SD card. And Carlos, you're getting all the firmware on that SD card in the radio. I sent you to flash all these stupid all right, before
the questions go too far. Hey Carlos, ask Mitch if he can Frankenstein an old Mavic Pro into an FPV bird with new guts.
Why?
Just because he broke it. And then Bob Casey says you once shared a story about somebody getting a plane stuck on the backside of a scoreboard or something to that effect.
Yeah, float.
And Cardozo Media has joined us. What's up?
Oh, Kenny, how you doing?
Kenny, yes.
Kenny Cardoso changed his name.
It's Cardoso Media. Everybody keeps changing their name.
I always call him Cardozo with a K.
Yeah. Kenny.
It says still Cardoso because it's coming up on here as CAR.
No, I have KR.
No, I see KAR.
Mine says CARDOSO.
Mine says K.
Mitch.
You might need that new monitor after all.
Oh yeah. Look at this.
New glasses.
Wait a minute.
It is. It's a C. I see.
Hold on. Let me make it big.
He's right.
It is. How the hell does that happen?
I don't know, but I tried to type in his name and it wouldn't come up. That's why I put it under 2 names.
Jim, that's the Twilight Zone, man.
What the hell?
Weird. Yeah, weird.
That's the Twilight Zone. Holy cow.
How the hell could it do that?
You've been hacked.
I've never seen. How the hell could it do that?
Chris Hope was just trying to show us something there.
Oh, let me.
What are you showing us, Chris? Showing us your thumb.
What's that, Chris?
I'm passing. I was going to show y'all the Red River.
Oh, okay. Let's see the Red River.
It's too late.
Too late.
Thanks.
Okay, I'll turn around and go back.
No, don't turn around.
Go back.
Go to spin down, man. Go to
Something
spin
tells
down.
me he's not turning around.
Enjoy it. That's funny.
Here's a quick
Everybody else is seeing that with a K.
Mitch,
with a K.
check this out. I just put it into live chat, and now look what it says. Cardoso, K.
You mean to tell me that if you're in top chat it said C and live chat it said K?
Yep. Because now I'm up in live chat.
I'll tell you something, Jim. There is, I don't know how anybody could explain how that could happen.
Let me go back and see if it changes them.
No,
it won't. I'll bet you it won't now.
it won't.
Nope, it's back at K. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
It was
wild.
stuck.
People
It was just stuck.
People thought you were nuts. Next I say, hey, Bill is here, Coast to Coast Drones. Next thing you're going to see Coast to Coast Drones with 2 Ks in it. Coast to Coast.
He's got that little hyphen or after his name, and that's a pain in the ass when you're trying to type in his name.
It's a pain.
At the end of his name there, after drones. Not a hyphen.
Oh yeah, he's got a hyphen. Yeah, Coast to Coast Drones. Yeah. Well, that's why at least if you're on a computer, you can hit the @ sign and shortcut it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work on the phone at all.
Oh no,
That's my problem. I'm always on my phone and I cannot get it to do anything. The other thing, you used to be able to click on the name and go to their page. Can't do that anymore either.
Yeah.
No, that has hurt the ability to get subs.
Yeah.
Because that was all these sub to sub channels, you could go in there, but I don't know if I think it's kind of in that respect, it's a good thing because getting all those subs by who aren't interested in what you're doing just gives you a big number, but it doesn't do any. It really doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, if they're not watching your video, what's the point?
Exactly.
Speaking of big numbers.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, Art, you're on. You're not frozen.
Art,
You tried
Hello,
to
everybody. Hey,
Art,
hey,
how's
Chris.
it going?
Carlos, Jim,
say
Guy
hi, Art.
on the
You're
end.
the star now.
Mitch. Hello. Hello, everybody in the chat. Cardoso Media, Bill, Baduga, Joe Blaylock, Bob Casey, Paul Drone Bum.
It's gonna be like Adrian. Call out every name.
I missed Adrian's show last night. How was it?
That was all right.
Yeah.
We didn't even pick on him, and we had fun.
Well, he's after that video he put out, I was beginning to worry about him. I figured got to tread lightly there. Did you all talk about that?
I don't know
tread lightly.
what he was mad about. I have no idea.
Somebody hurt his feelings really bad.
Yeah.
And people on YouTube can do that to you. And
if you let them.
if you let them, and look, every time I get one of those stupid thumbs down, it hurts my feelings. I say, well, why would somebody go out of their way to put a thumbs down on your video? And there's one or two guys that
constantly do that.
Okay, here's a quick question. I just dropped a video over the weekend on Sunday. My subs were sitting at 432 for months because I hadn't dropped anything. As soon as I put a video on, I lose 5 subs like that.
Yeah,
I don't get it. It sits still, and then you put a new video up, and then next thing you know, you're dropping subs.
Well, sometimes people get notifications, and they see a thing, and the notification hits them at a time when they don't want to be annoyed, and they see the thing and say, why the hell did I sub him in the first place? I'm not interested, and they'll unsubscribe. I'm sitting.
Unsubscribe.
I think I'm sitting right now. Let me look.
1100.
And I have been for like 2 days right now.
Mine hasn't moved in a while.
You got thousands of subscribers, Jim. You big time, man.
It doesn't move. If anything, it's like Joe says, it'll go down 10 and then up 10 or whatever.
Yep.
Google uses this other classification now. I think if they haven't come to your channel in a while, they might clean them out.
Look at my subscriber count.
Yeah.
Wow.
1199. It's
One
been
short
sitting
of
there
12.
for a few days
Sounds
now.
like a sale.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch,
and
can you
it's-
scroll down to where it says how many it took away? That other category.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's probably in analytics.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Carlos? They'll show you how many they took away from you.
Go to analytics first to the left somewhere.
Yeah, but nobody took any subs away from me. I haven't lost any subs.
I've lost like 400 in a year. If you look at
I haven't lost any. I haven't lost any.
Go down to the bottom.
But there's in the last 28 days that how to calibrate the Tinyhawk was I had 338 views on that stupid little video that I made over a year ago.
Mitch, do you have a section that says subs on the left? Subscriptions, subscribers, whatever.
No.
No.
No?
No, since
Should have
Subtitles.
subscribers.
No, I've never seen anything that tells
I
you
believe
that.
you go to YouTube Studio and then you go to analytics and then you see subscribers.
I'm in analytics now, but I don't see
Yeah, it's not that
anything in analytics that tells me.
Oh, right here. Let me see. Right there. Wait, go back up. You see where it says subscriptions? What does it say? Plus 14? Click on that.
Yep.
And
Yeah, but
then
that just shows you the chart. See, like I lost 2 on this day, but that's it.
Scroll
No,
down.
there's another little box that has 3: gained, lost, and then other.
Oh, really?
And then
Where's
they tell
that?
you in the other, they tell you it's people that are either fake accounts or.
Oh, okay.
Look.
I never really cared all that much. It is what it is, you know.
No, but I was surprised to see it took 400 people from me
Wow.
in a
Watch
year's
time.
time. I changed it to a year.
Look at this. Age and gender, male, 100%.
That's not totally true, though. There's got to be a female.
And
there.
look at our age group.
Look at the age. 55 to 64, 100%.
Wow.
How can that be true?
That's not true.
Not true.
I don't give out my age.
Yeah, I mean that's great. Subscribe.
Art, are you 60 years old yet, Art?
Yes, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Art, yeah,
I
Art's
know
a
Chris
nice art.
Hope is
Anyway,
young.
those
Jim is probably the
subscribers.
same age as me.
I don't take it all that seriously. Where I agonize over.
No,
Nah.
you can't. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm never going to be 100,000. I'm never going to have 100,000 subscribers. I don't want to work that hard. You know, I just it's we do, right, Jim? We
Yeah.
do what we do. We enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
We're not
Enjoy
making,
doing our
we're not really making any money.
Posting.
TDR
Yeah.
Drones made $7.78 on a video that had 101,000 views.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
big money, man. Big money.
Yeah, I actually between super chats and advertising, I actually made $100 last month.
Hey,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah,
How much did you make? 6, you said?
$100.
$100, nice.
$100.
Agent K is genderless, and Drone Bum is waiting for a neutral gender. Actually, they have a neutral gender now. You can go to the.
They have there's 30, 40 genders to choose from.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, on your birth
Like-
certificate, you can put male, female, and other now
Yeah,
legally in New York.
It's like Baskin Robbins now. You have a
Yeah.
menu of
31
31
flavors.
genders. How's
Yeah.
anybody supposed to decide what they are?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Which
How do you
bathroom?
How do you do a census if they put
Exactly.
in other?
Yeah.
Other. A lot
What the hell
of
is that?
others. Yeah, undecided.
do that
Coast to
when they
coast. Coast to coast. Jones. Bill says undecided. Yeah,
Undecided. Yeah.
There are some of those. It's sad.
yeah. There certainly are, but we don't want to get too much into politics tonight because
Hey,
It's-
actually, Mitch, I got one more quick question with this new radio, and then
No,
I
go
gotta
right
go.
ahead.
I got some furniture coming. I wanted to use this to hook up to the simulator. Is
Yeah.
that the same thing? You do that the same way as binding to a drone, or is
No.
it just
No, you
something? Is
just-
it real easy then?
yeah,
I mean,
you
is it
don't
a-
have you don't have one of those little receiver modules that plugs into USB. You're just going to plug the controller directly into the USB.
Yeah, the controller directly
Okay.
in with the cable that came with it.
Very,
So,
very simple. Let me show you. I'm going to turn this radio on here, and I want to show you just real quick
Welcome to open
how to set it up. So let's go back to here and do this and zoom in. All right. So what you want to do is you want to create a model
okay.
and call it simulator. So I'm going to go down here to select models, and I'm going to go up and I'm going to select the one that I already created as simulator. Okay.
Okay.
And we will select that model. Now, when you go into the model settings for that model, you name it simulator. And when you go all the way down to where it says, which module are you using? See, that says internal module,
Right.
external. You turn them both off.
Okay.
And the reason you want to turn off the internal module is why waste battery and all that transmitting an RF signal out of this thing when
Yeah.
you're not using
Right.
it to fly an airplane. So just set up a model, and all you need is the four main controls, throttle, elevator, aileron, and rudder, and make sure you have that both modules set to off. Then what'll happen is when you go back to your home screen, and you go and plug this thing in to the computer, you'll see that it will, let me show you here. Let me
Yeah,
plug
that would be good.
plug a USB port in here
Uh-huh.
like this, and then we will plug this into the computer,
Right.
and you get a thing on there that says joystick or storage.
Yep.
So you would select joystick, and then you'll hear the computer recognize the USB device. And
That's
and
what I
then,
always tell my girlfriend. Choose the joystick mode.
yeah. Anyway, that's
Girlfriend?
that's how you connect it to the computer. You would select joystick,
Okay.
and
So that's
and
pretty
then
easy, pretty simple.
and then you go into your simulator, and you may have to load drivers possibly.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, if the computer won't recognize the radio, there's a gazillion YouTube videos on
On how to do
where
it,
to
yeah.
find the correct drivers on that. Yeah. So let's.
All right.
It's usually pretty
Sounds
easy.
good. All right.
Yep,
Well,
that's all
I
there is
got to
to it.
get going, so I'll
All right,
see
Mike.
everybody later. Have a good night.
Good. Thanks for
and
coming in.
Talk to everybody later.
All
Hang on
right.
a
Take
second.
care.
Okay. All right, buddy. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take
We
care.
Make him
Bye.
Disappear.
click. Yeah, you got to click out.
That's what I'm trying.
Okay. Well, I'll take you out. We'll see you later,
Yeah.
Mike. You can
Help
figure
him
your
out.
way out of. There you
There
go.
you go.
All right, he
Yeah.
did it. All right. And it still says device not connected here. So
Oh,
Hey, I'm looking at the
There it
stats,
is.
and I see that I played Ron's video Tuesday on my thing, and I got a copyright of music.
yeah,
Oh.
because you played the music. That's why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it was a warning, though. It wasn't a strike. It was
No,
just a warning.
it just says video cannot be monetized. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Ken Hearn does all the time. He gets them on every show of his. He
Are
gets
you
those
leaving
little
us,
strikes.
Chris?
Hey, man. Chris, you leaving us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm cut
Can't hear ya.
I need my iPad.
All right, my friend.
Okay.
Good to see you. We'll see
Y'all take care.
We'll see you live from Dillon.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow,
Yeah.
Chris.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
All right, buddy. All right. So let me get me back in the picture here.
All right.
So okay.
Okay.
So here we are.
Cool.
So have you been flying your simulator and your Tinyhawk, Art?
No, I haven't. I've been, busy. I have to fill out paperwork for my, get my Section 8 squared away for the year and getting ready for spin down up in Dillon.
Yeah, I envy
Yeah.
you going up there. That'd be a good time. I wish it was a little closer. It's a
Yeah,
long way to
right.
Dillon,
Nice to
Colorado
see you
from
there.
here, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, man, they gotta make one of those on the East Coast.
Or something, yeah. But that's it. I mean, I looked at the map. It's a 2,000-mile drive from here.
Wow.
Unless you fly, I don't want to fly. You know, if I go to one of those
Yeah, your
events,
arms get tired.
well, for that too. You know, if I go to one of those events, I'm going loaded for bear. I'm bringing some airplanes
Drones.
and quads and
Why wouldn't you,
drones
right?
and- yeah,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
and I can't bring all that crap on an airplane.
Good
Mike,
point.
I mean, we used to go to these jet fly-ins. I had to have a trailer. I had a 16-foot trailer, all outfitted had a workbench inside, a generator, and big racks for the airplanes, and I had a big diesel Excursion, one of those big Ford Excursions to tow it, and that thing by itself would hold a ton. I'd go to these things loaded up. Why bother going if you don't have stuff to play with?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if it was, the problem is it's a one-day event.
Yep.
So a 2,000-mile drive for a
That's
one-day
crazy.
event.
Well,
If it
actually,
was
it's a weekend. We're
if
going
it
to
was
get there
even a
Friday
weekend,
night,
even a
hang out
weekend.
with, and then we're going to fly some more on Sunday and then go home.
Even
Yeah,
spin up. That's a 6-hour event last year.
That's easy for you to say, Art. You live there.
yeah. But
But I hear you.
I agree, Jim. I agree, Jim. I think that
Can we make our own spin? I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
We should try to organize a East Coast one of our own.
There you go.
we can do whatever we want. I would like to have a fly-in, but I don't think we need to go to the lengths that Kelly goes to with all the
No.
different speakers. And that's not the kind. I just want to get together with a bunch of guys and
I just
fly.
want to fly
There you
and
go.
barbecue, hang out and drink and
Yeah,
whatever.
hang out, spend 3 days somewhere. Get a hotel, something you can drive to.
Yeah.
would be a lot of fun.
Kind of like what Ken did with the minefield.
Yeah, but that was a one day thing. They stretch them into 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Kenny says come to Canada. Sure, be right up.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
look,
there you
even
go.
if we
Let
did
me
it,
check my watch here, see if I got time today yet.
Mitch, even if we did it at this Palm Bay Park, you could have a weekend event with barbecues and all that stuff
There you
going
go.
on the whole time. They're
Sure.
even making campsites out there now. So
I know that place has pagodas and barbecues and all kinds of open fields to fly things. It'll be.
Is this
it'll
near
be
your
great.
house, Mitch?
That's in my house.
It's actually I'm 8 miles from it, Jim. 8 or 9 miles, and you're
And you
about
said-
5 miles.
It's right down the road from me on Malibu. Well, you know where
They
it is.
have they
Yeah.
have camping places as well
Yeah,
as
they're making campsites at it now.
Yeah, it's an incredible facility, and it would be a fun place to have a fly-in. Okay, we're having a fly-in, guys, and
There you
the
go.
best time to have it here would be in the winter
Yep.
when
Yeah.
everybody has an excuse to go to Florida to get away from the ridiculous weather.
There you
just
go.
so you know, I was looking into going to visit and hang out. But if I fly there and I fly back, I have to quarantine myself for 2 weeks, as I told you. So I have to drive there.
You
No,
don't
I'm
have
just
to.
saying. But if I fly there and back, I have to get stuck into quarantine for 2 weeks when I come back here.
When you come back, or to go
Who's
into New
paying
York.
attention though? Is anybody
They are.
paying
They are.
attention?
Some people are. Some people aren't.
They're
One
crazy.
guy came back. I forget where he came back from. He said no
That's
problem,
New
but
York
his friend
for you.
got called.
But you
Yeah.
can.
I just drive and drive. That's all.
It's an 18-hour drive. That's around
Yeah.
the corner these days. I mean,
There you go.
that's not that big a deal. Even if you wanted to stretch it into 2 days, it's still not that bad.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
I'm going to do it. I might even surprise you and say October 3rd or 4th. I might start my journey.
That'd be great. No, I'd love to have you, and we'll all get together. We go out and eat. We go fly.
Jim, I go in the pool by your neighbor and swim.
Sure.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'll film it.
And maybe,
Yeah. Jim will put the drone up. Yeah,
maybe
film
we can
it.
catch up with Dan somehow. The
Well,
skinny guy.
Hey, how's Dan doing? I saw he posted some video. He's been
Look
posting
good.
a few videos, so I imagine he's doing better.
Mhm.
Well, now he's got that hernia thing going again.
I can't keep up
I
with it.
thought he got rid of that one. He had hernias,
I thought he just had that
spleens.
taken care. I thought he had that
Yeah,
taken care of already.
Taken care of, and now it's acting up, and
Oh,
man,
It literally
he's got
came
one
back.
thing after another. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man,
it is bad luck.
yep.
He'll
He's
be all
lost
right.
a
He's
ton of
still
weight
young.
though.
He
Yeah,
looked
he
good.
did. He
Last time I saw him, he looked thinner, younger. I don't know. He looked pretty
Yeah.
good on the video. I like it.
Rick Albert says we could do all RC there, car, planes, and boats. Yeah, we. If you're talking about the park here, they've got
Planes,
a lot of
automobiles.
big enough retention ponds to fly seaplanes off of.
There you
And-
go. And then I could be fishing out of those ponds.
Microphone, Jim. Your mic conked out again. Jim,
That is
Mike.
that is one of those questions. He says he knows. That's one of those questions when I go to the hospitals. They ask, "Have you left or been out of the New York in the last 2 weeks?"
No, not me.
I'm not answering any questions. They don't ask me. They ask the patients. But a
But
guy
you know
I know,
what?
he drove to Florida, came back. He flew to Florida, came back. He told his doctor that his doctor wouldn't see him.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I'm just, it's crazy. I
It's
just think
like,
it's nuts.
I mean, Oh, we are not having that much activity down here in Florida.
I don't know what it is.
And most of the cases, most of the people that are dying from this are not dying from COVID.
Nope.
You know, they've already. It's crazy. But hopefully it's winding down. They say they did open up the gym at the park today for indoor flying, which is a step in the right direction.
Well, here in Colorado, there's a spike at the schools, the universities, and high schools.
Well, that's
So
okay.
now
That's
they're
good.
getting all people all worried. Oh my God!
Yeah, there's a spike because these stupid kids, they're
Mhm.
partying, they're ignoring it all.
Partying.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
partying. You know, of course it's going to spread. But
Yeah.
how many of them are dying?
That's right.
None of them. None of them are dying. They're
Yeah.
getting sick like they got the cold or the flu or a flu.
Exactly. Which they can't cure now. The cold or the
Yeah.
flu.
Oh,
You know,
Well,
well,
you-
we all know. Look, we all know that
hydrochloroquine and Z-Pack.
it's 99% politics
Yep.
and
Mhm.
1% medicine.
I have
It's
1 ounce
called-
of bleach every
My
morning.
opinion.
Shit.
Yeah, Fauci,
Well-
Dr. Fauci. Yeah.
1 ounce of bleach every morning cures you.
oh
There
my
you go.
God. Don't even say that. Some idiot will do it.
You know,
Yeah.
the fact that you have to put "do not eat" on those little packets when they, ship you stuff, just tells you how
Silica
stupid
gel.
people are.
Yeah, silica gel. Yeah. Yeah.
Just-
Well, look at the safety instructions that come with anything that you buy. You know, you buy a new circular saw at Lowe's, and you get a safety pamphlet that's bigger than the instruction pamphlet, and it tells you all kinds of really great things to know, like don't cut your feet off, don't cut your arms off.
Yeah.
Don't put this bag over your head. And
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Don't put
Who
this
was
plastic
it?
bag.
Somebody
Yeah.
said, I swear that Nancy Pelosi is taking Tide Pods. I think it was that Senator Kennedy out of Louisiana.
There was a
Oh,
Tide
he's
Pod
funny.
challenge. Bob Casey, did they fly? I want to know. Sorry, Art. Oh, you were finished. Okay.
Yeah, to the Gulf. But this is coming into New York is where they want them to
when
quarantine.
you come back.
Mhm.
Not coming into Florida anymore. For a while there, they were stopping New Yorkers
Mhm.
at the border, but I don't think they're doing that. They're not doing that anymore, I don't think.
No.
But
Just the U-Haul trucks. You want to keep those. Don't move down here, you shithead.
yeah. Hello, Gary.
You guys are getting
How you doing?
1,000 a day, I heard.
I know it's
New
crazy.
residents,
It's crazy.
1,000
Yeah.
a day.
New residents.
No.
They're fleeing New York in droves.
Yeah. Can you blame them?
No,
Maybe, I'm sure probably California.
But then
too,
they want to
Chicago.
turn, like I said, we've always said this. They come down here, they want to turn Florida into New York, and then they'll bitch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they'll complain.
Tired of that crap too. Now, seriously, I mean, you guys don't understand. In my town, not so much Mitch's, but in my town, we have roads that are not paved,
Mm-hmm.
and they got huge potholes in them and all that. So
Are they
when you
literally dirt roads?
yes, and when
Wow.
you buy the lot, you buy it for, let's say, $5,000. Then because a normal lot would be $15,000. Then they turn around and bitch that the road isn't paved.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't have any utilities.
Yeah.
They need a septic tank. They don't have city sewer. They have to drill a well because they don't have city water. And the power company wants to charge them $5,000 to put a drop in. And they want all that for free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's $5,000 to hook up to water and sewer here.
Yep.
Well,
That's
that's
not reasonable, though.
Those are impact fees, aren't they?
Nope, $5,000 to hook up to the water and sewer.
We used to pay when I was building houses in Orlando. We had what they called impact fees. $15,000, $25,000 to build a house on a lot. You had to pay the state, the city, these impact fees.
Yep.
I'm sure they were going into somebody's pocket somewhere.
When my brother-in-law built his house out in Golden, it cost him, I think he said it was like 10 or $15,000 to get power and water to his
Running
lot.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why,
That sounds like a lot of money.
what
I'm not sure. Is that reasonable or
well,
not?
for
Those are
New York,
things, you know, ahead of time when you bought the lot, you didn't see a power pole, did you?
I
yes,
see.
So
But-
you got it cheaper.
but that's why
Quick
when
hello
you
to
see the
Gary
news,
Haupt, or
how
Haupt,
yes,
Haupt.
Hot.
when you see them, Jim, building these new subdivisions down here, they, and they put all that stuff in advance. You know, they bury all
Yeah.
the power cables, they
Yeah.
get all the plumbing in, they get all the city sewer, and all that's ready to go. Then you go in there, and they want $50,000 for a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
50 to 75, even 100 for a
Some of
30
them-
acre, quarter acre.
Some of them even have homeowners associations.
Oh, I'd love that.
Really,
That's a
they do,
constant.
really.
That's a constant.
No,
fee,
I'm being facetious.
I know.
I do not like homeowners
I hate that.
I
associations.
thought you're not being surplus, you're being facetious.
That's
So
on the
homeowners, do they come and cut your grass and
Yeah.
take care of that? Oh,
Yeah.
well, some of
And they tell
them
you
do.
what color you can paint the house. And
Oh, that
Yeah,
drives me
yeah.
nuts. That I
Yeah.
wouldn't like.
I was building in Heathrow in Lake Mary in these big multi-million-dollar subdivisions, and not only did they tell you, but we had a committee, and I was on the committee that if you wanted to do anything to the exterior of your house, you had to draw up plans and drawings with colors. You had to have an architect do it, and they had to be approved by the committee before you were allowed to do that.
Wow.
And if you did anything that the homeowners association deemed was not according to the deed restrictions of the community, they would foreclose. They just foreclose on the house.
And some of
They'd
those
put a lien
people,
on it.
some of those
They
people
put a
are
lien. They put a fine on the house when you didn't pay it. They'd file a foreclosure.
they're into big power trips. A lot of those
Oh man, and
those.
I
board
was
members.
on that board for a while and finally just got tired of that nonsense. I thought it was all stupid. I quit the board. I said, "You guys do whatever you want, but I don't want to be a part of it." Talking about making enemies.
yeah.
You know, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was.
What position were you on the board? Were you the president? Vice president?
I was in charge of the committee that was, because I was a builder. I was in charge of the committee that was to make
Building
the
and maintenance.
decisions. Yeah, on what people could do and improvements to their house
Wow.
and that kind of stuff. But I don't like that. However, when you moved in as part of the closing process, you were certainly in no uncertain terms made aware of the deed restrictions of the community.
Right.
You had a choice, you know, basically you don't have to buy this house. You don't have to move into this community, but by God, if you do, these are the rules you're going to live by, or we're going to do something about it. And it did keep the neighborhood nice. That's for sure. You know, and people agree to it. But occasionally you get these people on the homeowners committee that just take that little bit of power and goes right
hungry.
to their head. Yeah, it goes right to their head.
No,
The
you can't
drivers-
have the flagpole up.
No,
you
they
can't
do
put
that.
your-
They do that, Art.
Yeah, they do. And that's the driver's license bureau mentality. You know, these people that work in the driver's license bureaus, they act like they're little it's a little fiefdom that they have there.
I want to say hello to the View Chaser, who said hello to everyone here.
Hey, how you doing?
Just want to quickly hello. I'm sorry, Art, your turn, buddy. What were you going to say?
I have a friend that lives in Pueblo West. He's got a big old flagpole in his front yard. He's got his Trump flag and his good old American flag on top.
You can't do that in a homeowners association.
Well, yeah, if they have rules against it, but that's what most of these communities do, establish themselves with homeowners associations. And if
Who
you want
wants
to live there, you have
in
to
a
agree to
place
it.
like that? That's terrible.
Well, there's some advantages to it because you're not going to have you're living in a community
Riff-raff.
with houses. I don't want to put it that way, but let me just say that you're living in a community with people that can afford to live in $1 million houses or plus. They're I'm not going to say anything racial because there's usually a racial mix in these communities, but you've got doctors, you've got all kinds of professional people. And what you don't want is some guy like Jed Clampett that just won the lottery coming in there and rebuilding junk pickup trucks all over the front lawn in
You don't want your
in your
neighborhood
community.
smell methy
Or Jim
Yes.
flying his drone.
or pot.
Yeah. Oh God, that would be the worst. We'd
I
have to
get that
come
part.
running down the street screaming at you, calling you names.
That part I get.
Pervert, I know you are.
You know that it's amazing, but one of the other guys was it that Captain Drone guy, Steve,
In Canada?
in Canada said that somebody was screaming at him, calling him a pervert too. I guess that's the thing. I mean, if you don't like drone guys, you got to call them up. They assume you're spying.
That's a
on them.
projection. That's a projection personality because if you gave them the drone, that's what they would do. So they're assuming, well, he has a drone, so he'd be a pervert
think
just like
you're
me.
You're probably right. You're
That's what I
probably right.
believe.
But what the hell is it with these
Water
these
Media.
people?
Hello.
Yeah, Sunrise Water Media is in the chat.
How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, the DMV
Or
employees.
Carlos flying from the roof.
Yeah,
Paulie says.
whatchamacallit? Ed says, yeah, dive the building. And I could just see somebody all of a sudden opening the window, seeing a little drone go by and say, well, he's there.
Hey, spying on me.
I'm not even supposed to be up on the roof to begin with, but that's a whole nother story.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was enjoyable. Speaking of Ed, where the hell is Ed tonight?
I don't know. He's been quiet. I haven't even heard from him
Oh.
on Messenger.
Did
Maybe he's
somebody
not
hurt his
feeling up to
feelings?
par. No, it has nothing to do with
Wow.
that. He has no feelings. No, I'm only kidding.
Didn't he lose one?
Maybe
Just
ran out
kidding.
of beer. I don't
No.
man.
It's good. Hopefully. Sunrise Water Media.
So how's the weather down there in Florida? Has it cleared up down there? Have you done any
It's-
flying?
I went, well, not outside. It's been so wet. It's been very wet. And today it dried up a little bit. I was out at the park this morning to fly at the gym, and I took another drone to fly outside, and it was a little bit windy, 13 miles an hour now. That's not bad.
No.
Tomorrow morning, Jim, if you look tomorrow morning, they're talking about 7-8 miles an hour. And if it's not cloudy and rainy, I'm going to run out to the park tomorrow morning with maybe a fixed wing airplane and a couple of quads and see if I can't get some flying in. It wasn't as wet out there this morning, but then the gym, I got there about 8:30, but then the gym opened up at 9 for us to fly. So I went over there and flew there till about 10:30. Then I needed to get home. So I didn't get a chance to fly any of the bigger quad that I took. So many quads, so much to fly, so little time,
Mind you, in Florida, it's still 82 degrees and 76% humidity.
Oh.
As you guys go into your nice weather.
It's nice and cool here. I
Starts
love
to
it.
cool off. We're supposed to have a wet.
Oh,
a
I
wet
got
weekend.
green screen. It's screwing
Yeah.
up my.
It is, Art.
Dang it!
I see your
All
house
right,
in there.
anyway,
I see your
It's
piano in
85
there.
degrees out here and
You said 85? No.
85 degrees.
Really? Wow.
Wow, that's warm for
5
that. That's
degree-
warm.
5 mile per hour wind and gusts cloud cover 5%.
Well, you should be flying. What are you doing here?
67 degrees here.
I thought you had colder weather, Art.
That's coming later. I think Sunday we're getting colder
Wow.
weather. We're going to be up to 91 tomorrow.
That's interesting.
And then we're
Wow.
going to cool down into 70s on Sunday.
That's pretty
Mon-
hot.
Yep. Yeah, that is pretty hot and that's unusual for this time of year. Hey,
Ron
we got
Lockwood,
Ron.
thanks for coming in,
Ron
buddy. See you.
Photography.
Say goodbye to Ron. Ron Lockwood.
Goodbye, Ron.
Thanks for coming in.
Goodbye, Ron.
See you in the next stream. Oh, Bill Metrodrones. How you doing? Sorry I'm late. Hey, thank you, my
Mr.
friend.
Bill.
Thank you. I sent Bill. I did email you an invitation to the. So if you didn't get it, let me know because I did put you on my list. Yeah, I saw Bill on somebody's. Was it on your live stream?
Yeah, it was my
Jim?
live
Or
stream
your
last
live
Saturday.
stream? Yeah,
He
yeah.
will be
Cool.
at Spin Up, I believe.
Oh man, well, you guys going out
Is
there?
this an official event or is it?
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
as official as any event, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, like like spin down or spin up. It's another.
Yeah,
It's a second spin up.
down after spin
Yeah,
up.
Kelly's involved with it, but so I guess it's an official spin something event. Yeah,
And you get to see
Well, I
people in
expect-
3D, not two.
I want to see. I guess this weekend we'll be treated to a bunch of live streams from out there.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Oh,
nice.
and
I
I'm
want
bringing
to.
the Robo Master with me.
Mitch, I found it.
What?
I have to share this with you.
Uh-oh.
Share screen.
Okay.
I've been
How
playing
about Adrian with the horse, is it?
there.
Can anyone tell me how to reply? No, yeah, how to reply?
What is it?
At the bottom of the screen, it tells you let me make it bigger. It tells you how many people they've taken away.
Oh, I see. Where is this? Where did you find this?
This is under, what am I under? A subscription source. Okay, and then I put it on 365 days.
Yeah.
And then it tells you the minus list. See, minus 114, and a lifetime.
Okay.
They've taken 266 people from me this year. That kind of stuff.
Are these people who channels just went away, basically?
I don't really know. Let's see what it says.
Oh, it says closed accounts. And,
This category was called
well, you got
other and
something
included
hidden.
sources that are now included in the other categories. All right, whatever the hell that means.
Mitch, the View Chaser has a question about replying to others.
Okay.
You're going to tell me how to reply to other user faster? I don't know. I try where to get the name highlighted, but it never works. Okay, what you do is, if I was going to reply to you, for example, here, let me pull that off of there, Jim.
Yeah.
And let me do this. Let me.
Quick hello to Ray Kelly while you're looking.
I'm going to move the chat over to here and go over that way. And what I would do is down here where it says say something, I would type the @ sign. And then if I type the View Chaser, TH, you see I get a pop-up list that shows me 2 people whose name started with TH.
Yep.
And I can click on that and it'll put the whole name in there. Is that what you were talking about?
Well, tell them what doesn't work on though. It won't work
Say
on
what?
your phone.
No, it won't
Yeah,
work on
work
your phone.
on your cell
Won't
phone.
work on your phone. And
No, I
one
wish
of
it
the things-
did.
One of the things I found out is sometimes it doesn't work on the PC. It'll work with others. I wonder if it's because that person has left earlier in the show, or
Yeah, if it doesn't automatically come up, then they're not in the chat.
Yeah, but it'll keep. And if you get a list of, if you type TH and you get a list of 10 names, keep typing, because the more you type, the more it'll eliminate and narrow. Just like a search, it'll narrow down to what you're looking for. I wish it did work on phones, because most of the shows. Yeah, I like to go out and smoke a cigar, and I'll sit out on the patio. I don't have a computer out there. I'm casting my phone to the TV I have out there, so I'm watching it on the TV. But the chat is on my cell phone, and I hate typing on that stupid cell phone.
Apple
you can't do
device,
that.
my Apple device won't do it either. It won't bring up any of the names. You got to type
No.
every letter.
Hey, Ray Kelly, did you just get here?
Yeah, I said hello to
How
him a
you
week
doing,
ago.
bro? Oh,
I hope I wasn't muted. I might
A
have
week ago?
just yeah.
Hey,
Listen,
Robert.
Told you a
Robert-
million times
Robert
not to
Glazier's
exaggerate.
here too. Hey, Robert Glazier came in. Good to see you. Bill at Metrodrones is still saying hi to everybody.
Robert Glazier's in.
Yeah, of course,
We just
Gary
got-
says they have to be in the participant list. Yeah, they have to have chatted something for their name to be
Yeah.
recognized. Once they've been recognized, it works, and it works pretty good
Yeah.
when you're on your computer, but on a stupid cell phone. And like guys like Agent K are easy because he's got such a short name.
Yeah.
But you get some of these guys have names that are as long as your arm.
Well,
Yeah.
even mine's a pain in
Like
the
above
ass.
and beyond
Yeah.
drones. That
Yeah.
takes a week.
Now, if you type it in coast to coast drones, it still doesn't do that until you put that hyphen in there. When I
No,
go
if you
into the
type-
search, I'll type out coast to coast drones. I still have to put the hyphen.
CO. Well, what happens? I just typed at CO, and I got Copper State Aerial and Coast to Coast drones showed up on my list, and I can pick one of the two. So if I were to type an A, then Copper State would go away because he didn't have an A as the third letter. And then you hit the tab key. After you get it down to one, you hit tab, and it puts it right in the line for
Go
you.
up into your YouTube, like you're on your YouTube page. Go and search.
Oh, you're
and
talking search. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought you were talking about it in the chat. No, you're absolutely right. You're
You got to
absolutely
type
right.
out the whole damn thing to find him.
Yeah. And
Right.
and what that apostrophe does is it changes the meaning. It makes it a verb.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's nothing after it.
Like Jim drones, meaning Jim is out droning at the present time. So
I
Bill,
wonder why he did
you need
that.
to get rid of that apostrophe.
Bill.
It's screwing everybody up.
What the hell you doing?
Why does he have the apostrophe after his name?
I
What
don't-
does he possess?
I don't know.
Well, it could
Well, it
be
could
that
be
Coast
possessive. Or,
drones has been taken and he's got to put an apostrophe in.
No, that's not. If you type it in, there's not another one. And you got to write the whole, because there's coast to coast for everything, right? So you got to write coast to coast drones.
yeah, there's a lot of above and beyonds too.
Oh my God, Mitch. Apparently, they're a famous band somewhere in the world. I did not know
They're-
this ahead of time.
I went searching one night for your channel because sometimes I don't get notifications of your video, and I go and I look in my subs, and I know I'm subscribed to you, and it doesn't even show up on the list of live streams, and I know you're live, so I got to go into the search and I got to type above and beyond, and until I start typing the word drones, it is a billion of them
Right.
there. Just like I'm sure there's got to be a lot of old guys. Got to be a lot of old guys on YouTube.
No,
Guys whose
well,
Well,
channel
there's
name is-
old guy and a bike, old guy and a whatever.
Yeah, it's got to be a ton of them. Of course, I don't spend much time searching for my own channel, but well, we didn't for a night that I really had nothing to say and nothing planned other than here's my new radio, isn't it pretty? We about killed 2 hours here, guys.
Now, I typed in old guy, Mitch, and you're not.
I
even
got old guy
page.
drinking orange juice, old guy
Laughing.
laughing, old guy
Meme.
has Jai and says, whoa, old guy laughing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get pretty far into my name, I think, before
Right.
it pops up. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because I'm a little tiny nothing channel. You know,
I bet you if you had Professor Dude, it'd be different.
I don't know. Let's see if there's a Professor Dude. Hold on a second. Let's go into search bar and type
Old guy in a
Professor
drone. Old
Dude.
guy in a drone. You show up right
No,
away.
the closest it got was Professor Dudenhofer.
There you go.
How about that? If I
That could
change
be
Dude
a secondary. That could be a secondary Sunday channel. Professor Dude,
Professor
FPV.
Professor Dude, Joe Blaylock. I didn't see the radio. Bill says, oh, okay, man, get a chance to show off my Radio Master again. It looks like everybody else's Radio Master, Bill. It's there it is. With my look, I can even make
With a little reflection, right?
my reflection in there. I am. Look at that. But that's the Radio Master TX16S, and I gotta tell you, for 130, 140 bucks or whatever, it's a hell of a lot of radio.
Mitch,
Yeah.
do you still have the plastic
Yeah.
screen protector cover on there?
Yes, I do. I haven't
I
pulled
had
it
a
off
feeling I
yet.
saw it.
It still has it.
Wait a minute, you
I
gotta
know that
say
it would make Ken Hearn absolutely crazy, but I haven't peeled it off yet. It's now they actually give you in the box with it. They give you a real screen protector to put on. The problem is, has anybody ever in the history of the world managed to put one of these things on without getting a bunch of air bubbles under it?
Close, but I don't even bother with them.
No, but it's a touch screen. The TX16S, the Radio Master, actually has a touch screen, whereas the jumpers don't come with touch screens, but they're going to have an option for a touch screen. And the reason is that the touch screen is not supported by OpenTX software yet, and won't be supported until version 2.4,
Right.
which is coming sometime in the future. That's about the best everybody thinks. But Radio Master went ahead and actually put the touch screens in. So that, I think, makes that radio a much better deal than the Jumper T18, the new one, because it has built-in battery charging. It has the touch screen. It has the all-metal jog wheel on it that the Jumper doesn't have. And I really, and it's not just me, the community itself seems to think that it is a nicer radio. As far as quality goes, I think they're probably comparable. I don't think Jumper or Radio Master, the quality of any of the components is going to be any different. I think the Radio Master is a little less expensive too than Jumper. So
sounds like a good buy.
Look how as long as you don't crash an expensive model with it, I guess it is a good buy.
First thing I'm doing with
gonna,
your QX7 is binding my Tinyhawk and getting used to the controller. I'm going to fly the small stuff first. Just get used to, I don't know. Just get used to it.
Well, you can fly any of the quads that I just sent you back with it. They're all.
No, I know, but I need to get used to the hold.
Bind your.
So I'm going to do a few little birds.
Create a model that just says basically D8, Free Sky D8 or whatever, receivers, and go ahead and bind them up and go play with it.
Yep.
It's got, you'll see. I'm hoping you get it Saturday so we can have an unboxing on Sunday night where we can watch Carlos and I want to see your reaction to all these quads.
I'm gonna be like a kid with a new toy.
You're gonna get such a kick out of the way I had to pack all that stuff. Like I say, I packed them all with the props on them. Gigantic U.S. Postal Service. They call them large.
Must be at least an
box.
18-inch box or 2 feet.
No, it's probably 14 inches, but it's a 14? Big box. It's a big box, big tall box, and but I used to have this big box of foam chunks and everything, and I think I used most of my foam chunks and packing material trying to get all that stuff in there like a jigsaw puzzle so that they wouldn't move around. And you can shake that box and nothing moves.
Solid, good.
No, and the worst that could possibly happen is a prop that gets bent or something. Yeah. But to take all those props off would have been such a pain. And then
true.
There's always the option that you would put them on wrong.
Are all the props the regular, the back right?
All the props are props in, yeah. They're all set up the same way.
And F3, I believe you said, right? Not R3?
Yeah, F3. Fat Shark 3. Yeah. Now, cool. 3 of them you have smart audio.
Right.
The ones with the
3-inch and the 5 and the 6-inch. The Acrobat.
Yeah, just the two little Japalures are stuck with those. And I sent you a big bag full of old parts in there too.
Stuff to solder and break and burn.
Yeah, there you go.
So Jim, seriously, I'm going to go to Florida. I'm going to try to meet up with Mr. Mitch, as well as my son. I'm gonna hopefully meet up with you,
What part of the state is your son at?
Orlando.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's right here, and maybe
He's
we
close
can
by.
maybe we get Ed to come down too, so we can all go flying together.
I have to pull him by the little curlies. That prick. But I'll try.
Well, what?
Honestly, if you were going to drive, you should
I would pick him up first.
You should get a date where Paulie can come down with you and split.
I
the
asked him,
drive.
but no, it's going to be hard for him to get out. I'd love to go with Paulie.
That would be
just-
a blast. That
He
would
just
be a
had a
lot of
week
fun.
off.
Would
If he told me he'd
That would
wait
be-
until November, then I would consider waiting. But I don't know.
What's Ray Kelly doing? Grab Ray.
Ray's probably
Ray-
going to go down
Ray-
there in January, December.
I don't know, Ray. Ray, when you coming back down? I think he said November or something, December.
There you go.
He's here in the chat.
View
It'd be
Chaser
great if we could-
because they're not good. Anyway, go ahead.
You caught that too, huh?
Yeah.
Carlos?
Oh no, we make fun of Art, but your best joke, Art, your best joke on any of the live streams that you've been on with me was the reptile dysfunction joke.
Yeah.
That
That was
You
all
remember
the
that?
timing, right?
One of your videos, which was awesome.
that was funny, and I still gave you the old boo button, but it was funny. That was
Yeah.
Timing is everything.
Did you see that one, Jim? Were you here for that one?
I must have been, but I don't
I saw
remember it.
I heard it. Rather.
I had just received the frame for this quad.
Right.
It's called a reptile, and I had said, I said, yeah, and Amazon. I said, and Banggood had it in their USA warehouse, and I got it in less than 5 days. And Art chimed in and says, so there was like no reptile dysfunction.
Ah, okay.
It was
that
good
was a good
timing.
one.
Good timing.
You know,
Yeah.
like other people, even if I'm not chatting in the chat, I always turn on these shows on this computer, even if I'm doing editing over here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you do, Mitch. You go out on the porch, you have a cigar,
Yeah.
you watch it. You don't always have to type. And
No, sometimes it's good just because what are you going to type most of the time? You got to say, hi Bob, hi Ray, hi Tomas, hi, and then you're afraid if somebody says hi to you and you don't say hi back, they're going to get their feelings hurt.
and they do.
And a lot of times with some of these streams, the chat moves so damn fast, nobody can. So you have to make a decision. I'm either going to watch the show, or I'm going to bury myself in the chat.
In the chat,
and
yeah.
and that's why when I go
Well,
outside,
why
I
you say
generally don't
Do your
don't
chats
participate.
up front when the show gets started, or if there's like right now with Ken Herons, he's got the timer going.
Yeah.
I go in, I say hello to everybody, and by the time his show gets started, I pretty much have said hello to everybody. I
Well,
might
say
get-
hello. Say hello for me.
All right. All right.
All right,
Well,
we're going to let you head off, Art. Thanks for coming in. Always good to see you, my friend.
See you later, Art.
Adios, Art. Good night.
Hold on. Ready?
No, you're supposed to hit the leave button.
y'all.
I'll get him. I'll knock him out.
It's got to work on that.
All right. Well, we did it, guys. We made it through another 2 hours of this, and I'm starving. I didn't eat dinner before this.
Yeah, I'm munching on my
Agent
nachos.
K, come say hello on TNL at least to me. Okay, buddy. I will do that. I will selectively say hello, and then what happens is I'll say hello to you, and then 5 people will say hello to me, and I'll be stuck. But
Did Chris
I'll be
Hope
there.
change his logo? Look at that, Art.
no, that's Carlos's logo. Carlos has dropped his camera for some reason. Or are you looking in the
in
chat?
the chat. I'm looking at Chris Hope's logo, and it looks like what
I don't
Agent
see
K
Chris.
used to use as the logo. Oh
I
my
don't see-
God, Mitch! Look at this. Now,
What?
Agent K's logo is Tomas Ariel's logo.
Oh, your chat is screwing up royally, isn't it?
How can this possibly happen?
I don't know. That's very strange.
Let me get it to focus. That's
Your
what
computer
Agent K is
That's his
Tomas
cell phone.
Aerials.
Yeah, he's saying, what on earth is happening? Their Metro drones, his logo is straight, is what it's supposed to be.
I noticed Chris Hope's changed, and you were answering
Wow.
Agent K.
Wow.
How can this
How about
go on,
mine?
Mitch?
How about my logo? My logo's what it's supposed to be.
Is
Did my
somebody-
logo show?
Is my computer being screwed with?
No, because Agent K says he's noticing some strange stuff. Twilight Zone, or he's being hacked. I don't know.
Let me see that bottom arrow.
Hey, listen, guys, it's amazing that this
Yeah.
works at all anyway. So
Well, I've never
Mitch?
seen it change names like this. That's incredible.
no, that was really strange. All right, Carlos.
Only because I got to eat. My stomach too is.
Yeah, me
talking.
too. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Always appreciate it. And
Getting a call too.
okay, see you
Find
next
the call.
time.
I'll see you Sunday.
Okay, buddy. Take care.
Be good, guys. Be well.
Night, Carlos. All right, Mitch, I'll let you proceed with your good nights.
And shut it down. All right, Jim. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Always good to see you. You know that. And one of these days, I'll get you out to the park. We'll go flying and actually meet up out there again.
It's been a while, yeah. Probably a
It
year,
really
right?
has. Yeah, it's been too long, man. We need to get together. We need to at least go out to lunch or something.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Take care. And we come to the end of another show. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I know we really wandered around pretty much on this one, and don't think it's going to make my top 10 list, but we did talk about a few little technical things and new radios and some settings. So with that, I'm going to fire up my theme song here, or one of them, and say goodnight to everybody. Paulie, Agent K, Joe Blaylock, Yowie, P51, how you doing? Good to see you. Ed, love my drones. He finally got here. Whoa, Ed, where you been, man? Good to see you. Robert Glazier, Gary, Brand Aerials, me, Four-Eyed Canine. Thanks for coming in, Gary Haupt. Thank you, sir. Bill, Metro Drones, thanks. And thanks again for the super chat. Sunday, maybe we'll get you in on the panel. Anybody I didn't say goodnight to? Carlos, thanks for being on the panel. And Jim, thank you for being here. And Chris Hope, thank you. And Art, he's not here, he's at Ken's. View Chaser, thanks for coming in. I think I got about everybody that's been around during the past half hour. If I missed you, we love you anyway. So you guys take the rest of the day off, go play with your drones, and I'll look forward to seeing you all on Sunday night on the FPV Workshop, 8 o'clock. With that, I'm going to turn it over to my trusty sidekick, Spank, the monkey. Say goodnight, Spanky.